everyone, welcome to our Crazy Life Scotland. My name's Fiona and today I am going to make a Halloween tree decoration. Yes, you heard me right, a Halloween tree decoration. When I was young, the only tree we ever decorated was the Christmas tree. But it has become more and more of a trend over the last few years that people keep a tree up all year round, not a Christmas tree, not a green bushy thing, but you get the sort of twig type trees. Some have lights, some don't. I'll show you one that I've got. I'll put a picture on the screen for you to give you the sort of idea. That one hasn't got lights. I do have another one that I got from Temu, I think, which has got lights. And basically what they do is they just decorate it according to the season or the celebration of that time. So in February they'll have like a Valentine theme on it. They might have a St. Patrick's Day. Easter was a big one. Easter was, I think, the one that people started doing first on top of Christmas. But now, yeah, the sky's the limit. I've got my tree for displaying Christmas baubles when I go to craft fairs. But I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to do the same thing. I've got nowhere to store it other than my craft room. So I'm as well decorating it. Anyway, that's a bit of a long way of saying that people do decorate trees for Halloween. So what I thought I would do is this little cute ghosty type thing actually came with a Temu order, but unfortunately the glass jar that is meant to be stored in was smashed. So I had to throw that away and I thought I'll look for another jar for him. But then I had the brainwave of why don't I do him in a tree bauble, and that way it can be part of my Halloween decoration. So that is what I'm going to do. These are the two bits that came in the jar. So I'm going to put them inside. This is a 10mm tree bauble that just basically clasps together like that. I have got 5mm ones as well, but there's just not enough room for them in that. Or there is, but there wouldn't be room for anything else. So that's why I'm going to use this. But the first thing that I'm going to do is, in the background, I would quite like to have like a spider's web, and I want to have a spider sort of dangling inside the bauble. So the very first thing I'm going to do is put some glue on here, kind of in the shape of a spider's web. I'm not very good at art. I'm not good at freestyle drawing, but hopefully you'll be able to tell that it's a spider's web. It doesn't matter whether you're good at these things or not. Just give it a go. So I have got somewhere, yay, I'm just going to use this tacky glue. I would imagine you could use anything, Mod Podge, that sort of thing. So I am going to use this to do the spider's web. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to pop some on my little mat, if I can open it. Is that open or closed, Fiona? Right, that should be closed. Maybe I've not used this before. This should, oh wait now, maybe. No, I don't think I've used this. Is it sealed? Or maybe it's been that long. Ugh. Hold on, I need to get a man to the rescue. Right, I had to get Jack to open it. It is a bit clogged up, so I'm just going to give it a quick clean, then I'll come back to you. Right, hopefully I'll be able to get some out now. Oh, it's not easy, but it's coming out. There we go, that might be enough. And I used this little micro brush to clean it, so I'm just going to use that to put the glue on. So, take a wee dab. Like I said, I've got no idea how to draw a spider's web. And of course, it doesn't matter that it's not perfectly straight lines because it was a dodgy spider that made it. I want to make it quite big so it fills a lot of the space. Do the wee lines between them. Oopsie. Take another one and clean that bit because I don't want glue to stick there. It probably will now. Wait, I'll get a baby wipe. There we go. Obviously I don't want a lot of glue on because I want it to dry relatively quickly. And glitter sticks to pretty much anything, so it won't need to be too thick. Hopefully the fact that there's spiders going to be hanging from it, people will realise that that's what it's meant to be. Right, I think that looks relatively like a spider's web. That'll do. I'm just going to sit it to the side for a wee second to let it start becoming tacky, and then I will pop in some glitter, so I'll come back to you then. Right, I've left it a wee while, but you know what I'm like, I'm too impatient. I'm going to have to let it dry once the glitter's on anyway. So I'm going to use this, which I use all the time. It's covered in resin and things. And it's basically just a glitter dispenser from the works. And it's £1. You get loads of glitter in it. And the spout makes it easier to sort of pour in the places you want it. Not that I'll manage it anyway, because you know what I'm like. But, oh, hairs. But I will do it as much as I can. And I thought this would be quite a nice one because it's white, but it's got some, like, not holographic, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, really shiny bits. That's a technical term. I'm actually doing not too bad at not getting it everywhere. I want to make sure that I've got enough on to cover all the bits of glue. And when I'm puffing this out, if you pardon the expression, it's moving the glitter around the air. Give it a wee shake. Get any of the loose stuff on any of the bits that haven't been covered yet. And you can still take the lid off so you can pour any excess back in. But to be honest, I'm going to try not to put too much excess in, because once it's been rolling around in glue, I don't like putting it back in the bottle just in case. So this will probably highlight a lot of bits that I've missed with the glue, and it is. I don't know whether to go back in with the glue or just to leave it, because no, I might go back in with the glue at that bit there. I've just cleaned it up as well. It's a fresh micro brush. These are brilliant, by the way, for any crafts. I got them for doing resin, for cleaning up mica powders and things. But they're so good for anything that you want quite sort of fine detail. I would recommend them, and they're really cheap. You can get them on Amazon, but I got these on Temu because they were cheaper, and I love Temu. My name's Fiona and I'm a Temu addict. Right, where else have I missed? A bit along there. I'm probably getting glitter in my glue now. Like I say, it doesn't need to be straight, because I'm quite sure, mind you, spiders' webs are actually, if you look closely at them, they usually are pretty perfect. I think they're amazing creatures. I don't particularly like them running around me, but their webs are amazing, the strength of them, and watching them make them is just fascinating. Unless you're arachnophobic, and then it's not fascinating, it's terrifying. Right, I think I've topped up the bits that I seem to have missed. I'm gonna, whoopsie, move my glue around a bit more. And add some more. You see it moving all the glitter out the way? Right, that should do glitter-wise. Obviously I don't want to give it too much of a shake or it'll all come flying out. Just give it a wee shake, make sure everywhere's covered, and then I'll put it to the side to dry before doing anything else. Right, I'll leave that there just now. Now, while I'm letting that dry, I am going to explain what else I'm going to do. I am going to pop this and this in using hot glue. Now, I spent hours one day trying to get a little figure to fit into a bauble for a Christmas decoration, and it was driving me crazy, and eventually I discovered that hot glue was really the only way they were going to stick. And you do need to use quite a bit because this is a flat surface, but I'll show you on this one, that is a rounded surface, so trying to get it glued properly, you can see the gap there, and also trying to get it straight, because obviously that's going to be the top where it's hanging, so you want to have it straight. So I'm going to be doing that shortly, and I'll be gluing that in with it as well. And then I'm going to put, these spiders are actually, oopsie, these spiders are actually resin together. If you saw the video, my last one I think it was, that I made the Halloween pumpkins, and I put spiders in it, but I tipped too many in. I saved the ones that I fished out of the resin and just let the resin dry, and I think they're quite effective actually. You can see the bits of resin. So what I'm going to do, rather than wasting them, I'm going to have these dangling from a chain. Now, this chain is actually going to also be used to hang it up, I hope. That is my theory. And it was basically, I think I got this on Amazon as well a long time ago. It's just a very thin silver chain that you buy like that, and you can just cut it to whatever length you want. So rather than having like twine or something like that hanging it up, I'm going to try having this hanging it up, and also have the spiders dangling from it like that. We'll see. And then to cover up the hot glue in the bottom, because obviously it won't look overly pretty, I am going to put in some more of these sprinkles and some more of these sequins as well. So that is what I'm going to do. I will leave this to dry for a wee while, and then I will come back to you once my heat gun is warmed up and we're ready to move on to the next stage. No, once my glue gun is warmed up, not my heat gun. Two different things, Fiona. Right, my glue gun, look at the state of it, has heated up now, and I have just tipped the excess glitter into the bin. I didn't want to keep it again. As you can see, it's a bit messy down there, and I could clean it up, but to be honest, it's Halloween. It's supposed to be kind of out there and not perfectly clean lines and things, so I'm not going to bother. What I'm going to do now is try to glue this wee man in here. Now the plant's probably going to go slightly to the side and behind him, but I want to do this guy first because I want to try and get him straight. So here we go. I don't use a glue gun very often, I'm not very good at it, but let's give it a try. So I want to put quite a wee bit on here. Oopsie, sorry. And then I want to try to make sure he's straight. Sorry if you can't really see what I'm doing. Is that straight? I think that's relatively straight. And the other thing that I realised from doing the Christmas one was not to put it too close to the edge, because, in fact, I might have, it interferes with closing it. I might have put this just a little bit too close to the edge, but it's stuck now. It ain't going anywhere. So now I'm going to try, I hope this doesn't melt. I'm just going to put a wee bit glue on here. I hope it doesn't melt with the heat. Oops, I hate the strings from glue guns. Now what I'm going to do is not use my finger like I was tempted to do. I didn't want to put it right behind him in the little jar thing that he came in. The plant was right behind him, but I don't want to do that because then it would hide the spider. And yeah, again, I was tempted there to use my fingers. Do not do that because it's hot. It's hot, hot, hot. So I'll just leave it like that. That's quite nice. I don't know why he's got a plant, but it does add a bit of colour and I like that. So I will now attempt to do the chain. I did check it's a very thin chain, so I did check that it should still let me close the baubles if I do it like this. So I'm going to put that chain through there so it goes inside. And then I'm going to put this, so that's going to be the hanging loop. So I'm putting it through the outside of the bauble, and I can't do it left-handed. It's like fishing. It's like that magnetic fishing game. Did any of you ever have that when you were younger? Look at it, the static. Right, Fiona, just do it a sensible way. Yeah, the magnetic fishing game that you had a magnet on a pole and you had to pick up the metal fish. Oh, for goodness sake. So I'm just trying to put this chain through the hole of the bauble like that. And then I'm just going to check that what it then means. The edges, the ends of the chain are going to be inside because they're going to be attached to the spiders. So I just want to check that's the right way around. Yes, it is. So, don't fall. Oh, it just fell out. Oh, I'm all fingers and thumbs. It'll be next Halloween at this rate. Right, I want to grab the edges so that they don't fall out. I want to check that it's the right way though before I glue it. Do you know what? I'm going to glue it. And if it's not, I can just use another one because that's driving me nuts. What I'm going to do now is I will put a bit of hot glue on the spider and then stick the chain to it. Now I'm using the one that's like a double spider so that there's more space for the chain. And then don't use your fingers, Fiona, although this might get stuck. I'm going to put another little blob of hot glue on top. I've just glued my finger. Just glued my finger. That was silly. Thankfully it's not too hot. It's not a very strong heat gun that I've got because I'm not very good with them. Ah, it's stuck. Oh, goodness sake. Look at the state of me. This is why I don't do this sort of project very often. Because I make a mess. Right, hopefully I'll let that dry properly and then I'll come back to you. In fact, what I'm going to do so that this side doesn't look as messy is I'm going to put another bit of glue on there and then stick this spider on top so that it looks okay from the other side as well. Might make it a bit bulky, but And obviously I'm not caring what way the spiders are facing, because they're spiders, they go wherever they want. Right, so, and it doesn't matter if there's little glue strings because it could be a bit of their web. Right, let's now see whether I have done this the right way or not. Pop the spiders in there. I'm not wanting to close it properly just now because I've got more stuff that I want to put in. I just want to see what it's going to look like. Yay! That should be fine. So I'm going to put some of these balls in now, and green and purple balls, and the green and purple witches will look quite cool in here because of the green and purple plant. That was not intentional. So again, I'm just putting them in. I don't care where they go, what they look like at this stage. I think I won't bother with the witches. I'll just put the little balls in. And then, excuse the dogs, I'm going to pop in some of the Halloween sequins. I wonder if I could put Happy Halloween behind them. Or stick it in the plants. That might be quite cool. Will I try that? So, get the balls out the way. Check that's the right way round. I'm running out of this glue, sticker's running low. Can't really see that it says Happy Halloween, but you get the idea. Oh, goodness. Hey, cool. And then I am going to take, I wonder if I can put them in this side without them all falling out when I'm trying to close it. Will we see? I don't want any more of the big Happy Halloweens in there. Take them out. Try and get some of the purple stars in because they're nice. And some of the spiders and spider webs and pumpkins. I like the red spiders, look at them. Oh, and there's a wee cat. A wee orange cat. Try to put some more sort of orangey things in. Right, hopefully that'll do. We'll close it and see what happens. Now, how do I do this without them all falling out? I might struggle down here. Oh, I thought I'd snapped it there. I didn't. I don't think. It's just trying to get, because obviously one's a male and one's a female. This one here should go on the inside. It is trickier to close with the chain there, but it should close because I did it with the Christmas string. Just try to work my way right round it. Yeah, it's down here that's the issue. So I've got two issues here. One is the chain. And the other, I think, is that my wee ghostie is too close to the edge. I think what I might do is... Ah! bottom. I think it could be the chain that's causing the issue. So, while it's in at the bottom, I'm going to take my glue gun. Put a bit of glue in there. Oh, it feels like it's in now. No, it's not. It's closing, but it's not staying closed. So, what I'm going to do is... Right, I know I've got black glitter somewhere, but I can't find it, so I'm going to use orange. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some orange glitter on this piece of paper that I folded for easy cleaning. Right, I'm going to take my bauble, I'm going to line it up where it should be. Now, I'm not actually, I was going to use a glue gun, but I'm not, because I don't want it to be too messy and chunky. So I've unplugged my glue gun, get that out of the way. I wonder if it is the chain that's too chunky. Too late now, I need to go with it. So we'll learn, we'll live and learn. Next time I won't use chain, I'll just use a bit of thread or something that's smaller, thinner. Right, I'm going to keep it like every time I say, right, I'm going to keep it like this, and then something happens. Let me get my glue open. So this is just the same glue that I used earlier. Hopefully it'll come out. Because I've glued the top up there, I can't separate them now properly to put the glue in one bit, like on one edge, and then close it. So I'm just going to have to do it round about. And that's what the glitter's for. The glitter will hopefully hide the join. Right. Oh, this glue is not a good nozzle at all. Right. Just when I got it, the bauble the way I wanted it. I'll take the lid off again. Take another micro brush. And of course it opens. If I wasn't going on holiday next week, I would probably give up on this video and make another one. But you know what? I've not got time to make another one, and I want you to have a craft and chat video, so while I'm away. So we're going to go with it, and you're going to learn from my mistakes, hopefully. Because things don't always work out perfect. In fact, things very rarely work out perfect for me. Did that just go in? Nearly. It's more or less in, so I'm going to hold it like this. It's just up the top. It's definitely the chain that's too thick. So I'm just going to go for it here. In some glitter so that we're hiding the glue. I can do it neater in the wee vial if I need to. And if any of the glitter goes inside the bauble, that doesn't matter. We'll just add to the inclusions that are in there. There is quite a bit of an opening gap up there, but hopefully nothing will fall out. I'm going to hold it like this for a second because it's closed quite well. Now I'm doing this over the paper, so I'm not worried about making a mess. I'll be able to save my glue. Not my glue, my glitter. I hope this looks good after all this. It's all an experiment, isn't it? It's how we learn. So if you do this, maybe don't use chain, maybe use a very thin thread, and you can always add another chain or twine or something for actually hanging it, but maybe just use a bit of thread for dangling your spider rather than chain, because I think it's a combination of the chain making it too bulky and me putting him too close to the front that's made it so difficult to close, I think. Right, I'm going to pop this somewhere to try to let it dry, and then I'll come back to there. I'm just going to use my paper as a funnel to save all that glitter. There we go. Right, I'm going to leave that to dry for a while and then I'll come back to you. Right, I'm hoping this is going to be quite dry now. I'm going to lift it up and see what happens. Well, it is staying closed, so that's a good sign. I'm going to wipe off the excess. I don't want to wipe it off completely. It's still not 100% dry. But let's have a look and see. Can you see it? Wait, I'll put the ring light off so you're not getting the glare. I quite like it. All the sequins have gone to the back though. There we go. Yay! Right, I'm going to put it on the tree and then let you see it. This is the tree that I was talking about, that I'm going to be leaving out all year round and just decorating according to season. I have got a lot of Christmas baubles on just now, the ones that I've been playing about with. But, here we go. Here's our nice little Halloween one. And, sorry about the dogs. You can give it a shake, so it's got a bit of texture to it as well. It's got the spiders hanging down. And I think the glitter around the outside actually adds to it, so I don't think that's really an issue. Like I said, I have learned from it not to use the chain, although I do quite like it, and not to glue your little figure too close to the edge. But other than that, I like it. What do you think? So that is it for this week's video, and probably as you're watching this, I'll be in Tenerife. No, I won't be in Tenerife. Never been to Tenerife for years. I will be in Salou with my family, getting scared witless in the scare mazes. Yay! So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've learned something from it, learned from my mistakes. And if you have enjoyed it, please hit the thumbs up button. If you found it useful and think someone else might, feel free to share it. Also talk to me in the comments below. Do you do a Halloween tree? Do you just stick to Christmas? And subscribe if you haven't already, please. And I'll see you in our next one. Thanks everyone. Bye.